Marcus, where are you? Marcus?
Tom, I'm down here.
Down where? I can't see you, Marcus.
I'm down this hole. Come on down.
What? Whoa!
I know it's rubbish. Isms. Juxtapose. Didactic. Modern art is rubbish. Modern art is rubbish podcast.
Hello and welcome to Modern Art is Rubbish. You alright, Tom?
I think so.
Yeah, you seem a bit confused, but let's work out what episode number are we? Hang on, let me work it out. Right, so 4 times 5 is 12, and 4 times 6 is 13, and 4 times 7 is, I think we're episode number 58?
No,
57.
we're 57. It's Heinz's Beans's.
I'll never get to 20 at that rate. Are you confused?
No, never been more clear in all my life.
Well, as you're wondering what we're doing actually underground down the rabbit hole is because today we are going to be talking about a news item and then, of course, another thing that was in the news about Alice in Wonderland. So I thought we might as well go down here into the rabbit hole and check it out.
So are we going to actually meet Alice herself?
No, but I've managed to employ Alice to do the advert for the subscriber thing this week. I was in a negotiation with Alice Liddell herself.
Oh, right, yeah, not her management.
No, not her management, even though she's been dead for nearly 100 years.
Yeah. How old was she when she died, Alice?
She died at age 82 in 1934. So, first up, I've got a couple of interesting Alice facts which aren't really to do with art. Do you know originally it was one of the working titles for Alice's book was Elfland.
Okay.
Alice in Elfland and Alice Among the Fairies, or Alice Among the Goblins. I was looking at that was one of some of the titles it was going to be.
Nice.
Yeah, you're still looking a bit confused. I think should we get to our first story?
Yeah, these just sound like concept albums.
Well, Tom, we've got a problem. In order to get to where I want to talk to you about our first story, can you see that little green door there? That little tiny door?
Can you point to it? Because my eyes aren't that good. Oh, yeah. We can't get through there, though.
Yes, we can. Can you look over there on a table? There's a... I don't know, how do you feel about drinking unknown liquids that simply have the words "drink me" on them?
Bring it on.
Well, should we do it then? Let's drink it, because we've got to get through that door, and I seem to remember that might be the way through it. All right.
Okay. Shall I go first?
Yeah, you take a swig first.
Oh.
Oh. Let's have some. Oh, this is a bit. Oh, this feels peculiar. Ooh, what's going on, Tom? What's going on? This is a shrinking noise. Make the shrinking noises. Is that shrinking noise? Oh my God! We're tiny. Right. Okay. Should we go through the first door then?
Let's do it. Where are we, Marcus?
We're in a gallery.
But it's empty.
Well, not quite. Anyway, this is our first news story. The gallery seems to be pretty empty at this time of lockdown, but there's one artwork that's been going on irrespective of the gallery being empty. And if you look over there, you'll see a man sitting there, and his name's Tim. Now, this is a work that was started in 2011, and it was by the Belgian artist Wim Delvoye. And basically, if you look over there, that guy is sitting down. He's got an artwork tattooed on his back, and it's got a religious flavour, and it features the Virgin Mary and a Mexican-style decorated skull. And basically what happened was, the work was completed in 2008, the tattoo on this guy's back, and it was sold for €150,000, of which Tim, the guy that Wim Delvoye is using, took a third of the money. As part of the contract, when Tim dies, the work will be removed from his body and stretched on a canvas. But for now, he's required to sit in the gallery at least 3 times a year, and he's sat in galleries all around the world. And the actual performance art is called Tim Alone. And currently, where we are now, it's on at the Museum of Old and New Art in Tasmania, Australia. And there's actually a live stream of that, Tom. So if any, we'll put that up so people can listen to it. We'll listen to it and watch it.
So this guy Tim, he's being paid to be a canvas.
Yes, the work's called Tim Alone, but Tim's just happens to be a canvas for Wim Delvoye's work.
I imagine he must like tattoos anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. If he didn't like tattoos, he's going to have to get used to them. Because it was took quite a long time to get finished.
Stop it, guys! What are you doing? I don't want a tattoo. Where's he from, this Tim?
I think Tim's European, but I don't know where he's from. But I did actually listen to an interview with him, and apparently he had to do a lot of stretching, a lot of exercise in order to be sat for all that time during the day.
Sure, yeah, I can imagine.
It's not bad though, isn't it? Because you're paid to sit around and do nothing all day.
Yeah, I guess it'd be an alright job. I mean, it's quite interesting, sat in an art gallery being an artwork. I guess it's kind of, it humanises art the way a lot of artworks fail to do. Yeah,
definitely. I can see exactly what you're saying there, Tom. It's about the person and the art as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And our lives becoming art. That was the thing of the Fluxus. Everything is art. Everything we do is art.
Yeah.
Where does Tim end and the art stop? And start. I don't know what I'm saying now. Oh my God, we've really gone down the rabbit hole with this one. Right, Tom, we've got a problem.
Okay.
To get to our next story, we've got to go through that huge door over there. As we're only tiny at the moment, I don't know how we're going to open it or get through it.
Let's just go. I can get under there, man. I can get under there.
No, you can't. It's sealed.
Well, call Houston. Houston, we have a problem.
I think the only way we're going to open the door is I've brought along some suspicious magic cake that says "eat me." I mean, how do you feel about eating suspicious magic cake?
Well, I'm a type 1 diabetic, Marcus.
Oh no, I feel bad.
Well, I could have a small bit.
Yeah.
Would that be enough?
All right, okay. Well, I'll have a whole bit. You do realise I'll be a lot taller than you?
Well, you are anyway, aren't you?
Okay, right, well, let's have an eat of it then. I'm breaking my sugar ban, by the way, for this podcast, for you listening.
I hope this works on the clothes, because I don't want to be naked going through this door.
Well, right. Oh, Tom, make your growing noise now. Whoa! You sounded like Jamie, your son.
All right, he only drinks milk at the moment.
Oh. He doesn't eat magic cake yet.
No.
There's plenty of time when he goes to university. Anyway. Right. Okay, should we go through the door then to the next story?
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Shall I lead the way?
Yep.
Whoa! Where are we now?
Well, Tom, actually we're in Central Park in New York. And we're just in front of the Alice in Wonderland statue that was built by the American sculptor Jose de Kreft in 1959. And it's a life-size Alice in Wonderland bronze sculpture. She's sitting on giant mushrooms. And to one side of her, there's a life-size Mad Hatter and a giant white rabbit who's actually bronze, so he's not white, and he's looking at his watch. And that's a really famous statue. It's in the middle of Central Park in New York, which is where we are now.
Yeah, excellent.
It's good to see it safe, Tom. Basically, the reason why we're here, is because in mid-April of this year, New York police seem to have prevented an attempt to blow up the statue. Now, what happened was, allegedly, I have to say, a 30-year-old Kevin Fallon, who's been arrested, sent a text to his family and friends saying that he wanted to blow up the statue. And he also threatened his father and his ex-girlfriend, allegedly, sending them photos of a pipe bomb and photos of ammunition. And it came with a threat advising them to look both ways before they crossed the street. Also, he wanted to blow up a loved one with a wristwatch, which was attached to an explosive device. Quite ironic, isn't it, the reference to the wristwatch and the White Rabbit not wanting to be late.
Okay, so this guy
Yeah.
who wanted to blow up the statue,
Allegedly.
was he... Allegedly, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, has he just lost the plot? Like, it kind of reminds me of John Lennon's murder with the Catcher in the Rye in the pocket.
Yeah, there's an element of the Mad Hatter about him, I think. It's completely random, isn't it? It's not known why he wanted to blow up the Alice in Wonderland statue.
All right, yeah, but he also threatened other people as well.
Yes, and he also threatened to blow up his loved one with a wristwatch attached to an explosive device.
Well, he's got it in for his loved ones, so...
Yeah.
I was saying, is the Alice in Wonderland motive lying behind his loved ones somewhere?
I don't know. It's strange, isn't it? It's curiouser and curiouser.
Yeah.
Now a short advertisement break.
What's this? Curiouser and curiouser. Why, it's 2 bottles with a label on each. But which shall I choose? One label reads drink me, and the other reads subscribe to me. Let me see. Well, this is easy. An absolute no-brainer. For if I subscribe, I shall also receive a free downloadable turtle artwork. Why, thank you, Modern Art is Rubbish.
So just head over to modernartisrubbish.com and subscribe to our email list to get your free artwork and to be updated on the latest Modern Art is Rubbish news. So Tom, as we've brought up the Alice in Wonderland statue, I thought I'd have a look at some of the illustrations in Alice and just have a brief look at those as well, just for the end of the podcast.
Oh, have we got time? I'd like to get a coffee.
Yeah, get a coffee.
Yeah, so we'll go to Central Perk.
Is that what it's called?
That's the Friends Cafe, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
You've only seen the cat version of Friends, haven't you?
Yeah, I haven't seen the other one. I did say that when I watched the cat version of Friends, I thought I'd like to watch Friends, but then someone said it's not with cats, it's with people.
Yeah.
So, what I've done is I've taken a few of the illustrations, looking at the illustrations of Alice in Wonderland, and I thought we'd just take a quick look at them. So the first person to illustrate Alice in Wonderland was Sir John Tenniel. When Lewis Carroll was writing the book, he tried to illustrate them himself, and he wasn't quite up for the task. So basically he asked Tenniel. Now the reason he knew about this illustrator was because Tenniel was an illustrator in the political satirical magazine Punch.
We're talking, what, mid-19th century or something?
We're talking, yeah, sort of like 1860s, that kind of period.
Yeah.
So what Lewis Carroll liked about Tenniel's works is that his works are very grotesque in Punch, and the characters in Alice have got that kind of like slightly endearing quality about them. They're all black and white and line drawings in pen and ink. They're endearing, but they're also slightly nightmarish.
Yeah.
And I think that's what made them so popular. So, what happened was that the actual original edition came out in 1866. Earlier on, there was a print run of 2,000 made, but they were all but destroyed because the Tenniel didn't like the way they were printed. So basically, Tenniel said, I don't like the way the illustrations are, and Lewis Carroll went, well, okay, we'll get them all destroyed. And apparently there's only about 22 in existence now of the first edition.
So he was a bit of a prima donna, Tenniel.
I don't know what his view was, but it's quite amazing that Lewis Carroll said, okay, yeah, we'll recall them all. So that wasn't very cheap. But if those books, I mean, they're worth a lot of money. A lot. Someone tried to sell one for over $1 million.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, do you want some Tenniel facts?
Yes, please, Marcus.
Tenniel facts. Fact 1.
In his illustration, he shows Alice as having long, light coloured hair. But the real Alice Liddell actually had short, dark hair.
Hang on a minute, Alice Liddell, she was a real person, was
Yes.
it? Was it the someone the author knew, a relative or something?
Yes, it was.
Fact 2.
He was also the first illustrator and cartoonist to ever receive a knighthood, and that was in 1893.
Fact 3.
This is something that shows something about his character. He was actually virtually blind in one eye, and the reason was that he was fencing with his father when he was younger, and his father accidentally injured him in the eye, and he started to go blind, but he never told his father because he didn't want to upset him.
Well, I guess you just got to get on with it. Stuff happens in life, doesn't it?
10-year-old facts.
Now, there have been other famous people that have done versions of Alice in Wonderland. Tove Jansson being one. Tove Jansson, who's done the Moomins. And also, Salvador Dali was asked by a publisher in 1969 to illustrate an edition containing 12 drawings, and on the cover, an original signed action in the front. They actually are so sought after now. I went on the line to see how much they sell for. It said here, you can buy one for £8,259.23. So, I mean, looking at these, because we'll put links to the Dali ones and we'll put the other ones up. Dali's done a very, very different take on the work. I mean, I'm looking at his Mad Hatter's Tea Party. I mean, what it looks like a tree with lots of butterflies in it, and a melted watch which the tree is growing up the centre of.
Maybe Dali thought he himself was the Mad Hatter.
Yeah, well, he was. That's the point, actually. He probably did.
Yeah.
That's actually probably quite true. It's like, I'm here at the thing and this is my melting clock table. So I'm just looking down the rabbit hole. There's a giant rabbit, and there's Alice, and she looks like she's skipping, and she's standing on a big mushroom. And in the top corner, there's what looks to be a cricket or a dragonfly without its wings showing.
Yeah.
When you were falling down that rabbit hole, did you feel that this was the same feeling?
Yeah.
Right. And finally, in Advice from a Caterpillar, we've got the caterpillar. He's sitting on a mushroom. There's a drawing of a green caterpillar, and then there's a giant sort of like spirit of a caterpillar appeared. A sort of shadow of Alice with a skipping rope again. Now, would you get advice from this Dali caterpillar?
What was the advice about? It depends, doesn't it?
So the advice from the caterpillar was, keep your temper.
That seems sensible in most situations.
Yeah.
But if I was going to try and overthrow the government or something, you're probably not the person to ask.
Why are you going to overthrow the government?
Well, I don't know. You'd need a bit of a temper to achieve that, wouldn't you?
Yeah. For the record, you are not going to overthrow the government.
Well, I don't know why you're so sure, Marcus.
Yeah. I certainly would not go to Dali's caterpillar for advice. Definitely not.
Keep your temper is quite good advice in general, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Definitely is.
He's quite a wise caterpillar as far as caterpillars go. I mean, a lot of caterpillars are generally quite quiet, aren't they?
So, Tom, how did you feel about our visit to the world of Alice in Wonderland and the gallery visit?
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling anxious, if I'm honest, because I'm here in Central Park and I haven't got my passport. And we're on lockdown. I don't know, how am I going to get a plane? Am I going to be able to get a plane home?
I think we could just wake up, apparently, but I'm not sure.
All right, yeah.
I actually went to New York in a dream once. I had a lucid dream and I ended up in New York. And I actually went into the Museum of Modern Art, and they said that'll be $3.50. And I said, it's all right, I don't have to pay, I'm in a dream, and they let me through.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And then I went and saw a sculpture, a floating sculpture that was made of an impossible material.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, no, I remember seeing that.
How were you in my dream?
No, I just dreamt it then as you told me.
Right, so Tom, I think it's just to ask people if you can subscribe to our email list and receive your not mock turtle, but turtle art print, and join us on our social media, which we'll put all the links on our webpage. So it's just buys.
Okay. Buys.
Buys. Buys.
Buys.